Everyone, what's up and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be trying out a few products that I picked up from Ilia. I had purchased these directly from their website, actually in 2 different orders, purchased them with my own money. I have been seeing them all over the internet and I was curious to try them out, so I thought I would pick up a few things that I felt would be very useful to me on a daily basis. So this is basically how everything turned out looking. There are a few products that I used in this video as well that were not from Ilia, which are brow products, a mascara, and a lip gloss. So I just wanted to throw that out there for you in case you're wondering. I did also record this video in natural light because the process with me getting my shade for their Super Serum skin tint was by sending them a video that I took with my cell phone in natural light so that they could color match me. So that's one of the reasons why I was interested in trying this out. Some of you may have watched my other video where I'm basically doing the same thing with another beauty brand called Say, and I will link that video up in the card so you can check that out if you want to. I actually came across the brand Say first and found out that they did that whole like taking a selfie in natural sunlight so that they could color match you, and then I stumbled across Ilia, which pretty much does the same thing. So I thought this was a great option for me because I'm someone who's terrible at color matching myself. I think it's because I'm not someone who wears a lot of skin products like foundation and concealer, and I'm not used to purchasing them pretty regularly. I can't spot the color or spot a color that I feel like would, likely match my skin, so I do need help with that all the time. Obviously, in the past, I was able to just go into a store and have someone help me, but since that's been a little bit different in the past year and a half or so, I thought I would try this out. I thought it was a nice convenient option for me to also be able to have the option of shopping at home, just online, versus having to go into the store and have someone help me in person as well. Before I get into the portion of the video where I'm starting off with absolutely no makeup on, I really just washed my face and that's it. I didn't put any skincare products or anything on my skin. I did want to go through the products that I purchased. So first, I do have the Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. This is in the color ST 9.5 Bicol, and this is the product that I got color matched for online. The next item is their multi-stick in the color Dreamer, and this is a pretty natural blush, like a cream stick blush shade for me. I also got 2 of their liquid eyeshadows. So initially in my first order, I got the color Hatch, which is kind of like a green shade, and then in my second order, I picked up the color Sheen, which is a little bit more of a go-to everyday shade for me. And that's the reason why I picked this one out. I felt like green was getting a little bit too out of my comfort zone, so I thought I'd go for something a little bit more familiar. And the last item that I have is their liquid eyeliner in Midnight Express. And I have not used a liquid eyeliner in years, but definitely wanted to try it out just to kind of change it up a little bit because I have steered clear of eyeliners for like 10 years or so. Not sure what happened there. I think I just got a little bit lazy, but thought I would start to try to practice using eyeliner again. All right, so today I decided to record this video in natural light since the other video that I did where I showed you guys some of the products that I got from Say, I did use a ring light in that video. So for this video, I decided to record in natural light because at the end of the day, I did take a selfie in natural light to send over to Ilia to color match me for this particular product. So this is their Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. It has niacinamide, squalane, and hyaluronic acid, and I got matched for the color ST 9.5 Bicol. So I'm hoping that this lighting helps to give you guys a good idea of what it looks like on my skin. I'm gonna shake it first because it does say to shake before use on the bottle. All right, well, I'm going to start off with just a few drops to start off with and then add more if I need to. So I have 5 drops in my hands. I'm not sure how much that is actually, if it's enough. Okay, so with 5 drops, I was almost able to cover my entire face. I got like most of my face down here and then like a little bit was left on my hand, so I put it on my forehead. So I am going to add a couple more drops. So a thought that I have that crossed my mind is that this is a little bit messy unless you're using like a brush or a sponge to actually apply the product onto your face, because now I'm opening the bottle back up with the product all over my hands. But let's get a couple more drops here, and I think that will be enough, especially because the bottle is light in color, like it's kind of like an off-white. Right, I am just patting it over my eyes a little bit to even things out, just rubbing my hands together to warm up the product. I do feel like even though this is called a serum, like the word serum is in its name, I don't feel like it has too much of like a serum-y texture. I feel like it's a little thicker than a serum or serums that I have used in the past that I'm used to. So what I will say is that I did feel like when I applied it to the bottom of my face, I did have to work it in a little bit. For me personally, I didn't feel like it was gliding over my skin. I think that's what I initially was expecting, but it does make my skin feel really hydrated. I'm just gonna pat it down my neck a little bit. And I do feel like the color looks pretty good. So it does give you like this dewy look. I feel like it is a good match for me, and this is a product that is probably, you know, a little bit lighter in coverage versus like a concealer or something like that. So I do feel like when you are getting a product that is like light buildable coverage, you know, if the color's not exactly perfect, it's not as obvious, but I do feel like it's an okay color for me. On camera, in my little screen right here, I do feel like my neck looks lighter than my face a little bit, but we'll see if that changes over time. It's not like super different. So I do feel like this product is very dewy. As you can see, the dewiness on my face. I feel like I can feel the dewiness a little bit on my face as well. Like I wouldn't say, it doesn't feel tacky when I'm like touching my face like this, but I do feel like, and also it is a little bit like hot and humid right now. So that's kind of like adding to all of this. And so that's kind of what I would generally say because of the hot, humid climate that we're experiencing during the summer. I kind of feel like, you know, the dewy look is maybe not only from the product, but something that my skin is also just doing naturally. But I am just going to wipe off my hands really quick and so we can get to the next product. So before I move on, I just wanted to share some initial thoughts about this product. I think when I was applying it to my face, I was thinking a little bit too hard about what was going on and what I needed to do. So I wasn't able to talk through that whole process as much as maybe I would have liked. Clearly, I was focusing. So I will just kind of reiterate, in other videos I've mentioned that I don't really like to apply products like this with my hands. Like honestly, maybe I'm just a little bit too much of a neat freak, but I'm not really a fan of putting like foundation or concealer products on my hand unless I'm like in the bathroom and I can wash my hands off and stuff like that. So I did have something to wipe my hands on right now here. So that's something that I just wanted to mention. If you're like me, maybe you want to use a brush or a sponge to apply a product like this. The reason why I use my hands, in case anyone was wondering, I want to say in like all of the other videos I've seen people use this product in, they've all been using their hands. And I also feel like videos that Ilia has posted, they're also just using their hands. So I feel like that's kind of how it was intended. And I do kind of feel like this is something that needs to be warmed up a little bit in order to apply nicely to the skin. And I think moving forward, if I were to use this on any other day, I probably would use a brush or a sponge because this bottle is also like very light in color, and I feel like I would just get the skin tint all over this because, like, let's say for example in this video that I'm recording right now, I did have to go in and get a little bit more out, but knowing that I need a little bit more, so total I think about like 7 drops was a good amount for me. I think if, you know, keeping something like that in mind is probably a little bit helpful to make it not as messy, but you still would end up with a product on your hands. And for me personally, I don't like to get, you know, foundation or tinted moisturizers on everything else that I'm touching. So that might just be me and I'm too much of a neat freak. I don't know. Otherwise, as it's been on my skin for a few minutes now, I feel like it's a little bit less noticeable. Maybe it needed some time to sink in a little bit. So initially when I put it on, I could kind of feel myself, you know, applying it, blending it out and things like that. But after I've been sitting with it for a while, I feel like it's less noticeable. I do have a blush product that I will be trying as well, but I feel like on any other day, if I were to use the serum, I probably would want to powder down because I think it's a little bit too much shine for me. But if you do like a more kind of glowy look, then maybe you might just like it like this. So I did get the multi-stick in the color Dreamer, and I felt like this was the most natural color for me. I mentioned in another video that I did try to record this you know, trying on different products from Ilia before, but my camera was on like a weird setting, so there was this like weird discoloration thing that was going on with it. I have gotten a couple of other products since then, so that's why I figured I would come back and try to make this video all over again. But for this today I will try to apply it directly on my face on one side, and then I will put it on my hand and apply it with my fingers on the other side, and we'll see how this goes, because I have mentioned that I'm a little bit scared about putting cream blushes directly on my face, and I think, I don't know, traumatized bad previous experiences. Actually, I will say that this actually goes on pretty lightly. I feel like in person it looks lighter than it does on camera, to be honest with you. And this is the first time I've actually put this product directly on my face. So I will say that I do feel like my initial reaction is this is probably a little bit more blendable, and that you can start off with a lighter coverage if you do decide to put this directly onto your face. And so that's what it looks like blended out. In my mirror that I'm holding right here, it does look really natural. I'll just add a little more. And I also think it's totally up to you if you want to like swipe this onto your face or kind of pat the stick on your face. I feel like I'm personally more comfortable with just kind of patting it onto my face, because you know, that's not as powerful as, you know, swiping it directly onto your face. I did kind of do this a little bit aggressively, but you get the idea. So let's see what this is like after I warm it up on my hand. So I will say that it is going on lighter, obviously, because it's on my hand first on this side, but it's actually not too different from me dabbing the multi-stick directly onto my face. So I kind of feel like it's a toss-up. It's pretty similar putting it on my hand versus putting this stick directly to my cheeks. And I'll just add a little bit more. So I think that you could go either way on this, up to you. So coming from someone who is a little bit nervous about putting a cream blush stick directly onto my face, I would say that if you are like me and a little bit nervous about how much color is gonna be on your skin, like showing up, and you don't want it too powerful, you could probably just, you know, dab it on both sides and then blend it out with a finger. It's definitely toned down from, you know, rubbing it back and forth on your face. So if you're someone like me that likes a lighter amount of application for blush, tap it onto your skin and then gradually build up. Now I'm gonna move on to these eyeshadows. So these are the liquid powder chromatic eye tint, and I have it in Hatch and Sheen. So Sheen is actually a color that I would gravitate more towards, so this is going to be the one that I'm going to apply. Hatch I will swatch on the back of my hand so that you guys can see what it looks like, but let's start off with Sheen. So here is what Sheen looks like, and since we're on track with being a little bit brave about applying things directly, that's what I'm going to do right now. So I would say the same with these liquid eyeshadows. If you're someone who is a little bit nervous about putting things directly onto your eye, a little bit goes a long way. I just dabbed the very tip of this applicator onto my eyelid, and I feel like I got some pretty good color payoff. This is the amount that I would normally wear if I were to wear this out, like to the office or on the weekend or something like that. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Be maybe a little light-handed initially with this. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the other eye now. All right, so this is what we ended up with. I really like this color. This is definitely a color that I would go for on a regular basis. It's kind of like a little bit bronzy. I will say though that these dry down like pretty quickly and they feel like pretty on there. So hopefully it lasts throughout the day. As some of you may know, I typically am a one eyeshadow, cream eyeshadow kind of person when I go in to work. So I do think that this is a nice, quick and easy product to use in the morning and something that I can definitely incorporate into my everyday. So this is Hatch that I will swatch for you on my hand. This is kind of like a cool tone green color. I think it looks pretty cool. So this is what Hatch looks like. It's also pretty sheer, I would say, But yeah, it has a cooling sensation when you first apply it. So my hand, my finger feel like this cooling sensation right now. But after you blend it out, it dries down pretty quickly, and it kind of feels not really powdery, but kind of. But yeah, those are the two different eyeshadow shades that I got. I'm excited to wear this. I feel like this will be really quick and easy for me to use in the morning. I am actually going to finish my brows because I totally skipped that, and I will be right back and we can try out the eyeliner. All right, so I just put a little bit of brow pencil on and we're gonna try this eyeliner out. So let me just tell you guys before we even try this, I haven't used liquid eyeliner in years, like maybe over 10 years, probably something like that. And so I don't know how this is gonna go. I didn't practice before turning the camera on or anything like that, so please be nice to me. It's been a very long time. I used to use liquid eyeliner all the time. The Shoot Way More one was my favorite back in the day. I used to use liquid eyeliner all the time before, and it used to be a very easy thing for me, but like I mentioned, it's been about 10 years. So this video is not to judge me on my eyeliner application. I just thought I would pick this up because it's been so long since I've used a liquid eyeliner. So let's see how this goes, and please keep your fingers crossed for me as I'm doing this. I don't remember what I look like with eyeliner. I haven't worn eyeliner in so long, but that was about as challenging as I thought it was gonna be. What I will say about this eyeliner though is this is probably something that I would have really liked back in the day. It is a very, very dark black eyeliner and it dries down pretty quickly. This is not my best eyeliner application, and like I mentioned, it's been a long time since I've worn eyeliner, period. Personally, these days, I do feel like this is a little bit like heavier than I'm used to seeing anything on my eyes, because these days I really just put a cream eyeshadow on and add mascara and I'm out the door. So this is a little bit new for me, but you know, I just want to try something different out, and I definitely need more practice, but at least I have a black eyeliner in which I can do that now. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish up curling my lashes, put on maybe like a lip balm or a lip gloss, and I'll be all right. So this is my final look. I feel like this is something I would have done a long time ago, especially in terms of the eyeliner situation, but minus the eyeliner, I feel like everything else looks like something that I would do on an everyday basis. A product that I don't have but I would really like to try is their mascara. I am a fan of mascaras in general. It's one of my most favorite beauty items, but I have a lot of mascara right now. That's why I didn't pick one up. I am also curious about like their lip balms that they just came out with, and one of their, I think it's like a lip oil with a tint in it. So those are some things that I'd be curious to try out next time. But I will say that I'm not a huge lip product person. I normally am just wearing a balm. That's probably why I'm gravitating towards those things, because I do think they do like a regular lipstick. Anyways, these are the items that I feel like I like the most out of everything that I've tried. So I do like their multi-stick. I feel like it looks really natural, and it was actually not as scary as I thought it was going to be applying it onto my skin. Like I mentioned, I've had some, you know, not so great experiences with like a balm or like liquid, like cream blush situation. And I personally like a lighter blush application in general, which is why I was a little bit scared to put this directly on my skin. But for me, I would say that I have learned through this experience that nothing really to be afraid of. And I do also like their liquid eyeshadows, particularly this color Sheen. I would be interested in trying other colors from them as well, because I do feel like they have a lot of other great everyday options. All right, you guys, well, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments below if you've tried any Ilia products and what your favorites are. If you've tried any of their other shades in the cream blush or eyeshadow, I'd be interested to know how you like those, or if you have tried any of their lip balm products, since I'm interested in picking one of those up at some point as well. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.